Hey guys, and welcome to a recording of physical science. This is the syllabus. Physical science, of course, is my second favorite subject. You want to know what my favorite subject is? It's me. So let's go ahead and let's just dive right in. Let's talk about me. I'm not really super comfortable sharing personal information. So I'm going to be really vulnerable with you guys right now and share just an absolute ton of personal information. Ready? I was born in Illinois. I coach soccer. I advise Science Olympiad, and I'm the commissioner of intramural basketball. If you have an interest in any of those clubs, feel free to talk to me. And here's some really personal information. In my free time, I enjoy making homemade pizzas. And also, I got married over the summer. Moving on, let's talk about physical science. Awesome. Physical science is a great class. There's two things that it has a lot of. It's got a lot of labs, and it also has a lot of math. So it's got a little bit of something for everyone in there. I know that in the past, people have kind of dreaded the math a little bit. My goal as a science teacher is to just kind of walk you through it. My goal is to make sure everyone here succeeds. So I'm going to try and do my best to reach out to you guys and help you out. A great way to advocate for yourself here, now that we're in high school, is to let me know when something doesn't make sense. Because I can guarantee you that not everything is going to make sense the first time around. But I will also guarantee you that I will try my hardest to make sure that you understand it by the time the test rolls around, if that makes sense. So let's help each other be successful here in this physical science class. Let's do it. Here are some materials you need. You need a binder or a folder just to keep track of all your stuff. I'll be giving out guided notes, so that way you don't have to like jot down notes yourself from this video. It's kind of giving you a framework of what to write down already. So that's nice, at the very least. And then I'll also be giving you guys I also want you guys to bring a notebook just in case you need some scratch paper or there's some stuff you'll have to record from time to time. So binder and a folder to hold stuff and a notebook. The other thing I'm going to give you, now that we're starting school up once again, you might be feeling a little down, a little bit in the dumps. So I got two inspirational quotes to throw your way. Hopefully this makes you inspired to learn. Here's the two inspirational quotes. They are, check Schoology and check campus. Maybe not what you were expecting, but let's talk about why they're so inspirational. First, let's start with Schoology. This is what my Schoology website looks like. As you can see, look how beautiful it is. Oh, there's so many great tools there. One of the things you'll notice right off the bat is that every week has a folder to it. That's intentional in the way I organize things. So you can think, okay, what's the date today? I know what the date is. Okay, I know this is week 1, for example, and we're starting unit 9 in this case. We're not going to be starting with unit 9. We'll be starting with unit 1. This is just from Flex Learning Days from last year. So this is a weekly folder. And then what you'll notice here next to week 3 is that every day has its own folder. So I'm going to organize them by week so you don't have to scroll through a ton of daily folders. And then inside the week is a daily folder. Every day you're going to want to check Schoology, every single day. And every day you're going to want to do all the things that are in the folder. It's going to pretty much look the same from day to day. But yeah, everything we're doing in class, we're going to do on Schoology. It's going to be on Schoology as well. So even if you're worried about missing out on crucial information from this PowerPoint and video are also going to be on Schoology. So everything you need is there, which is pretty nice. Every day has an assignment. There's never going to be a day where I don't give something. So what I've done now is I've taken this week 3 and kind of blown it up so we can focus on each individual day. So, for example, you see that little green puzzle piece there? That is a daily homework assignment. You see the green puzzle piece that says quiz? It's a quiz. And homework and quizzes are weighted a little bit differently. We'll get there when we talk about grades. So a quiz is going to be worth a little bit more than a homework assignment will be. Sometimes it won't just be answer these questions. It'll be, here's an activity that I want you to do, and then answer these questions about the activity. Or if I give you like another document, like in this case, there's a Word document to go along with the review. The document has a bunch of questions. The review just focuses on a couple to make sure you did them. So I want you to do the whole document, but then I'm not going to ask you to type every single answer in, just a couple, just so I know that you did it, type deal. So every day there's an assignment. That's the takeaway here, folks. Here are some things that you're going to want to do every single day. Every single day there's probably going to be a video, unless it's a review day. Every single day there's going to be some sort of quiz. I put quiz in quotes because it's really a homework assignment. It's not actually going to go in that quiz category. So that daily assignment is going to be anywhere from 2 to 5 questions, probably about the same amount of work. It's going to be based on the content we just learned. And then the last thing I want you guys to do after you've watched the video, you've answered the questions about the video, I want you to record what is one question that you still have that lingers. Just because I want to know what questions you have, so then when we're in class, I can spend that time addressing the problems and I don't have to go over stuff you already know. So this is going to be helpful for you guys, hopefully, to record the questions, just so that when we're in class, that little time we have together, we can spend focusing on what you don't know. We don't have to focus on what you already do know. Okay, so that's pretty much Schoology. Everything we're going to do is on Schoology. And because everything we're going to do is on Schoology, that means a lot of grades are going to be on Schoology. So let's talk about the gradebook. Here I have just written up a couple homework assignments, homework 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then I've given a person scores next to each homework assignment. And in Schoology, it'll show you what those score percentages are, and then it'll show you that blue percentage over there, which is kind of your class percentage. Looking at the red numbers here, the scores for each individual assignment, those are updated by Schoology. So as soon as you do it, it's in the Schoology gradebook. It's not going to be updated right away in the campus gradebook. Schoology automatically puts grades into Schoology. Campus, I have to manually move grades from Schoology and put them into campus. So that process, usually I do every Monday, and that takes me like a couple hours to get done. So yeah, every day your grade will be updated in Schoology, but every day your grade will not be updated in campus. So please make sure that when those updates in campus go in, that you check Schoology versus campus and make sure that the two connect. The other thing I wanted to talk about is that blue 92%. This would be the grade that the cumulative grade. So if you look at all 3 of these or all 5 of these assignments combined together, the grade turns out to be a 92%. That's not an accurate reflection of your grade in class. Schoology, the website, calculates this grade. Remember, when we talk about grades, you'll see that I have different grades weighted differently so that a test isn't worth the same as a homework assignment is. That would make sense, right? A test is going to be a little bit higher stakes. We want that to be worth more than just a regular old 2-question homework assignment, right? So this grade here will not be accurate. The grade in campus is accurate. So please make sure the red numbers match up with the individual grades, but the blue number will not match up with your overall grade in campus. It will be different. So you kind of have to delve a little bit into the data. And I'll be right there with you, because I'll have to enter in every single assignment every single time. So over the course of a week, I have 150 kids. Everyone does 5 assignments. That is 150 times 5. That's 750 different assignments I have to type in by myself, all alone, from the Schoology gradebook into the campus gradebook. So that's a lot of work for me. So I'll be right in there doing the grade work. I just need you guys to do a little bit of work, making sure that what you have here in Schoology is going to match what I put in on campus, just as a little double check, right? Cool. Yeah, unweighted score. Okay, here's a calendar. This is pretty much what our year or what our first month is going to look like. This goes till TDE. So you'll notice that I tend to have quizzes on those Wednesdays when neither class is in school. Those quizzes will be online, complete them on Schoology, that sort of thing. You'll also notice that some of our labs and some of our activities, like the airplane activity or the bags lab, I've tried to split one day with one group of people and the next day with the other group of people. All these labs you'll be able to complete online. but hopefully by splitting them up, we'll be able to do some of them as a class in school and hopefully have a little bit of fun with the labs. And then you'll see that we also have some note days coming up, which is going to pretty much be me right here talking at you from a screen. Not ideal, but then remember, when we're in class, you've got opportunities to ask questions about what you see. Type deal. Cool. Okay, let's talk campus. Remember, campus is different than Schoology. The grades should match up, but not the overall total. So like when you say, I have a 92% in class, that will not match up with what you see in Schoology, but your individual grade for each assignment, that will match up. Two things that always confuse people: the difference between an assignment that's blank, where there's nothing in the little square, versus an assignment that's missing. If an assignment is blank, that just means I haven't entered it in yet. I like to give you guys a little heads up just to make sure that you know, okay, these assignments that were on Schoology, they're also in campus. We also need to get those done. Those are actually for points. And then I also like to give people heads up being like, hey, I see you haven't completed these assignments already. So sometimes I fill in the missings before I fill in the actual number scores, just because it's easier to plug in the M's than it is to find everyone's individual score. So if you see a missing, that means you have not completed it, or that could mean you've completed it after the deadline and I haven't got around to grading it. Think about it. If I'm supposed to grade 750 assignments, transfer them from Schoology to campus every single week, there might be some that get lost in the shuffle. So it's really important for you guys to check your campus and your Schoology to make sure that they match. And even if I make like 10 mistakes, which would be a lot of mistakes, right? That's 740 divided by 750, which is still like a 98% accurate like entering of grades. So I could be getting an A+ in grade entering, right? And still make a ton of mistakes and still totally mess up someone's grade book. So I will try to be 100% accurate, but you should also make sure that I'm 100% accurate. Cool. It is the student's responsibility to know what's due. Make sure you do not have any missing assignments. As of right now, my thought is at the end of the week, that week shuts down. So you have 1 week to get all your assignments done, but once that week is over, no more makeups or anything like that. That's kind of the way it has to be, because I don't want to have to retroactively go back and figure out everyone's missing assignments. Now, we'll see what other teachers do. I've been talking to other teachers, see what they do, but I think that's going to be fairly consistent across the board. Teachers will do that. We'll say, after a week is done, you can't complete any more daily assignments. You need to get those done on time, preferably on the day they're supposed to be due, right? But if not, you have a couple extra days, is kind of what I'm giving you. I think that's more than fair. Okay, some other things from the syllabus. Let's just get right into it. The supplies you need, your notebook and your folder. I already talked about those. The other thing I would say would be your iPad, right? You're going to need that. And hopefully you have Notability at this point. You have that app installed, because we're going to be using it a lot, especially when it comes to labs. Academic dishonesty. Please don't cheat. If you cheat, you'll get no points, no sympathy, no second chances, right? My favorite thing to do is to catch students cheat, because I always ask them the same question. What, you think I wouldn't catch you? Right? So I've got ways. I'm wily, right? Even though we're online learning, I'll still be watching. That's the hope. That's the plan. So please don't cheat, because those who cheat tend to do poorly anyways. So yeah, it's high risk and low reward. Okay, so just to double check with the grading scale here, this is what I have as of now. So it looks like at this point, tests are going to be worth 25%, quizzes are going to be 15%, labs and projects are 25%, and homework is going to be 35%, just because there's so much of it. So what you'll notice here is that 75% of your grade is quizzes, labs, and homework, which are all kind of formative type assessments, and then only 25 is going to be those higher stakes tests. At this point, here's what I'm looking at: a 6% semester final, and then the rest is split up between quarter one and quarter two. This all could change. As of right now, quarter one is very, very short, how it's listed. So we could very well just see quarter one and quarter two becoming one kind of semester grade. And then in terms of the final, we didn't have a final during distance learning last year. Don't know if the district is going to say something about that at some point in time, or if we're just going to have a final. But either way here, 6% of your grade as of right now is what the final is supposed to be, but that could all change. So that's grading. Just wanted to clarify that. Cell phones, don't use them, right? Use your iPad for everything productive related. The only time I'll really bother you about putting your phone away, now that it's high school, right? It's not super important to me if you're on your phone or not, but I will start talking to you about your phone if it's affecting your overall performance, which usually that's the number one reason why people aren't doing well in my class. Or number two, I see that you're totally zoned out and I'm like, hey, this is important, listen up. So, hey, overall, let's try and make the most of the time we're in school, because we're in school so little that it's going to be really important that you're kind of engaged, focused, asking questions, that sort of thing. We have a hall pass. You can use it. With COVID, just make sure you don't touch it too much. And if you think it needs to be washed, let me know. That's pretty much where we're at with that. Awesome. That's all I've got for you guys. Hey, thank you for being a great audience. Unless you weren't a great audience, in which case, shape up. Sorry. That's all I've got for you guys today. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.